difference in someone who has attained a higher level of self-awareness. Rather than being slaves to our deer, we must be their masters, as Cicada reminds us with his philosophical perspective. Epicus maintained that self-control, not nights of pleasure, is what defines a good man in this context. From a Stoic perspective, every action has consequences for both ourselves and the natural order of the universe. When we give in to our strongest desires, as in the case of uncontrolled masturbation, we lose that harmonious connection with nature that the Stoics highly value and become prisoners of our desires. Stoic reflection on masturbation is not just about repression, but also about a profound comprehension and self-mastery, which translates into the ability to direct our emotions toward a journey of conscious self-explanation. Slipping away from inner tranquility, compulsive masturbation can set off an emotional tornado inside of us, making shame, remorse, and discontent our conventional companions. Allow me to share a personal inspirational story. The Stoics teach us to control our profound feelings through introspection and self-regulation. By consciously facing our emotions, we learn to manage them in a manner that is constructive and healthy. However, the Stoics additionally motivate us to find inner peace within ourselves, because true satisfaction lies in our ability to find joy in what is simple and virtuous. I know someone who used to battle compulsive masturbation, seeking pleasure and temporary solace, but experiencing an emotional storm after each act. By practicing self-control and self-regulation and immersing themselves in Stoic teachings, this person experienced a profound transformation. They learned to consciously confront their emotions and desires and find true joy in self-control. They now lead an authentic and peaceful life free from the slavery of fleeting desires. When we give in to fluttering desires, we lose sight of what we really value in life. Compulsive masturbation may lead us away from our noblest goals and divert us from the true happiness found in virtue and inner peace. True satisfaction comes from living in accordance with our deepest principles and values. We can cultivate the mental calm required to withstand temptations and deal with our emotions in a healthy way by engaging in mindfulness and meditation practices. This compulsive behavior becomes a hindrance to mental calm, leading us to regret and diverting us from the peacefulness that comes from self-control and moderation. Likes and desires, for example, she may inquire as to what are some of your most outrageous desires or the most bizarre place you've ever had sex? These inquiries accomplish two objectives simultaneously. They give her insight into your own tastes and plant the idea of having a personal chat with her, during which she might divulge information about herself, intimate life. She may talk about her favorite positions, how long it's been since she last had sex, and fantasies. This candor is a clear indication of how comfortable she is around you. Wish to provide an environment where discussing intimacy is open by disclosing such sensitive information. She's attempting to pique your curiosity, while also fostering a feeling of vulnerability between you and. According to statistics, trust is one of the most important components in creating a deeper connection. Open communication. Higher levels of interactions are associated with sexual urges and experiences. He reduced the gap between them a little, resting his free hand on her waist. Their faces were simply a few inches away, and Jessica sensed the at last. Mark leaned down and murmured, "I've wanted to use the magnetic pole between us. Do this for a bit." As he gave her a gentle kiss, Jessica closed her eyes and grinned. The kiss, which was the result of their undeclared attraction and the evening's shared touches, was gentle and full of promising evidence of the bond they had established via their interactions in the days that following the first touches that Jessica had started had prepared the way for the connection to flourish, the path to a closer bond that might allow them to freely communicate their emotions, which began as seemingly informal innocent encounters had developed into a deep bond based on love and attraction. Number 2, she constantly discusses intimacy when a woman is attracted to her propensity to direct talks toward familiarity is one of the most telling indicators. This conduct is not coincidental. It's a purposeful method to determine your level of interest, establish a rapport, and arouse desires for physical contact. She might discuss intimate experiences in a subtle or overt way. According to a study in the Journal of Sex Research, Couples who talk about their sexual happiness, higher levels of closeness, and relationship fulfillment are reported by preferences and fantasies, which implies that when a woman strikes up these discussions, she is probably attempting to lay the groundwork for a possible close relationship. She wants to make sure that you two get along and feel comfortable talking and exploring. Your aspirations and talking about private matters can also be a means for her to see how you react if you interact well with her, and return the favor by sharing your own experiences and fantasies. It shows her that you are curious and receptive to the prospect of a more in-depth connection, but if you appear uneasy or uninterested, she might consider it an indication that your sexual attraction and compatibility are not aligned. Crucial to remember that those discussions frequently transcend simple curiosity when a lady regularly bringing up private subjects, usually in an attempt to establish a mental and emotional setting where talking about thoughts and sexual attraction can flourish experiences. She is urging you to consider her in a sexual way. An effective strategy for creating attraction is mental stimulation, since it keeps research on maintaining the idea of intimacy in the front lines of your thoughts. Also backs up the belief that a key element of sexual satisfaction is sexual communication. The archives of sexual behavior found that couples who participate in better sexual encounters and higher levels of satisfaction are typically associated with regular and open sexual communication. Their relationships, highlighting the importance these private discussions are to creating a wholesome and satisfying sexual connection. Another factor to take into account is the degree of when a lady discusses the details of her private existence, she gives can reveal a lot, such as if she discusses how long it has passed since her last sexual encounter, or elaborates on her preferred positions, she is probably attempting to express. She usually reserves this degree of transparency for someone she has a close connection with. Finally, they are attracted to and trustworthy enough to divulge such private information. A major indication of a woman's sex orientation is when she regularly brings up private subjects in your interactions. Interest, she is utilizing these conversations to determine your compatibility, foster an atmosphere of openness and trust, and encourage your fantasies about having a personal relationship with her. Acknowledging and having these discussions can be beneficial. You are aware of her intentions, and by encouraging open communication, you could potentially able to build a stronger and more satisfying connection. By open dialogue regarding your goals and experiences, you can establish a solid basis for a fulfilling and intimate relationship. Intimacy is not simply said, it's the act of having a really personal connection with someone. This well-known saying perfectly captures the feeling that you can look into someone's soul. The definition of closeness when a woman regularly directs discussions toward private subjects, she's not only talking like an idol, she's trying to establish a deep connection with you. This endeavor to explore personal and private affairs indicates a wish to establish a stronger bond that goes beyond she uses the chats about private matters in the surface layers of friendship or acquaintanceship to encourage a physical and emotional bond, demonstrating her desire to establish a relationship. Based on passion and understanding on all sides, when a woman inquires about your private life, for illustration, what are your wildest dreams about her, or the strangest place you've ever had sex? Not only attempting to comprehend your tastes and experience, but also establishing an environment where you two may openly discuss and investigate your desires. This degree of transparency is frequently a prelude to physical intimacy, since it establishes a basis of vulnerability and trust through such. She is gently asking you to envision situations in which you two could realize these dreams together, strengthening your sexual and emotional bond. Research and statistics back up the belief that discussing sexual urges openly greatly improves. According to a study in the Journal of Sex Research, couples who often talk about their relationship happiness, higher degrees of intimacy and general relationship happiness are reported by people's sexual desires and preferences. Implies that a woman's intention while discussing private matters is probably to create a same degree of her inquiries and anecdotes are a source of communication and fulfillment in a potential relationship with you. Calculated actions to guarantee a solid basis of sexual compatibility and understanding. Additionally, these discussions frequently act as a gauge of your openness and willingness to participate. If you react favorably to longer discussions and reveal your personal stories and fantasies, it indicates to showing her that you're amenable to the prospect of a more intimate and close relationship on. However, she can take it as a sign of indifference or incompatibility if you appear uneasy or contemptuous. It can affect her decision to continue the connection, thus your response to them. Having private conversations is essential to figuring out how your relationship will develop going forward. When a woman constantly mentions private subjects in your discussions, it is a clear sign that she is interested in you sexually and wants to get to know you better. Her actions demonstrate what she has done to establish an environment of mutual respect, transparency, and trust. Vulnerability is necessary for a fulfilling and close relationship. You can potentially navigate the dynamics of your conversation by identifying and returning these signals, resulting in a more satisfying and significant relationship. By encouraging candid and open dialogue regarding your desires and experiences, you can build a solid relationship foundation. The third thing she makes is emotionally and physically satisfying. Deciphering a woman's desire to a guy by means of personal gestures frequently depends on deciphering her body language and subtle movements to better express her desires and intentions. Despite her best efforts to hide her emotions, her actions frequently speak louder than words. Disclose a lot about her inner state. When a woman's body attracts you, tends to become more casual and hospitable, and she may lean in closer. During discussions, keep your eyes open for extended periods of time and smile a lot. Her increasing comfort and interest in your presence are shown by small but noticeable modifications in her conduct, which physical touch is a powerful tool for fostering a deeper connection. Sign to determine how attracted she is. Starting with light touches on her hands or arms can give helpful feedback and a favorable reaction, like her leaning into the touch or returning the favor with a light touch of her own, indicates that she is comfortable. Feel safe in your business as you move into more private spaces, like gently. If she reacts warmly and displays no signs of discomfort, stroking her shoulders or legs might build this bond. When retreat, it suggests a sincere appreciation of your intimacy and a possible desire for more. Studies highlight how important nonverbal clues are for expressing attraction. When retreat, it suggests a sincere appreciation of your intimacy and a possible desire for more. Studies highlight how important nonverbal clues are for expressing attraction. Research in interpersonal communication and psychology continuously emphasizes that body language is one example of how a large percentage of human interaction frequently communicates more than just spoken expressions. Highlighted in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior, highlights the importance of gestures and little motions in understanding and interpreting these nonverbal clues can help people express their interest and attraction to one another. Give deep understanding of the dynamics of romantic relationships to inform your approach and reactions. Consequently, if a woman clearly takes your hand away or shows indications of discomfort when touched, could indicate a lack of attraction on both sides or a need for additional time to. Women frequently use delicate rejections to convey personal limits and build comfort and friendship. Preferences that need for thoughtful recognition and deliberation in order to promote mutual respect and understanding in every encounter. Women have a complex awareness of how to discreetly emphasize their femininity through body language as a seductive technique to captivate the object. When a woman is interested to someone, she may unintentionally highlight her femininity through a variety of playful movements, such as gently twirling her hair, are examples of gesturing, changing her clothing to highlight her physical attributes, or touching items such as glass or jewelry characteristics. These acts are intentional attempts to showcase her charm and invite admiration from the attractive person, as well as her body language may involve delicate motions that expose more of her chest or neck, which are typically regarded as erogenous areas. These actions constitute not random occurrences but rather calculated displays, meant to enchant and entice. By highlighting these areas, she conveys in a subtle way her wish to be admired and valued for her physicality, in order to create a more profound emotional and physical understanding. The subtleties of feminine body language improves your capacity to decipher and react to effectively convey signs of attraction by giving her the same respect, consideration, and gratitude in return. Gestures that assist you both understand each other better and strengthen your connection. Building trust and emotional intimacy requires understanding as a fundamental component of any significant and long-lasting relationship. Paying close attention to a woman's gestures and body language offers. Observing her relaxation delivers priceless hints about her interest and attraction. Her closeness and reactions to light touches allow you to determine her comfort level, and respectful and self-assured interactions are facilitated by receptiveness, which recognizes and interprets these signals. Cultivating a closer bond based on attraction and understanding between parties by paying close attention to, you can negotiate the complexities of attraction and establish the foundation for a relationship with responsive communication. Based on mutual respect, trust, and desire to decode and interpret signals of sexual attraction, are frequently viewed as a subtle male endeavor. Knowing the nuances of a woman's body language and movements can provide important insights into her degree of comfort and interest. These nonverbal cues go beyond words, revealing details about her emotional state and readiness for more intimate relationships through careful observation. Indicators such as prolonged eye contact, frequent smiles, and affirmative reactions. We handle encounters with tact and deference when it comes to physical contact in order to create meaningful connections, but these signals' directness and clarity can differ. Depending on the person and situation, some women may openly express their attraction to another person, while others' individual experiences and communication styles all play pivotal roles in shaping how attraction is conveyed. Thus, while it is imperative for men to be attuned to nonverbal cues, fostering channels of open and honest communication remains equally essential in cultivating mutual understanding and respect. We value your perspectives on this nuanced topic. Should women strive to make their attraction signals clearer, or is it incumbent upon us as men to interpret and respond to these cues with sensitivity and discernment? Your insights are pivotal in enriching our collective understanding of interpersonal dynamics and relationships, may favor more nuanced communication styles, cultural backgrounds. In addition, if you have found value in our exploration thus far, we warmly invite you to support our channel by liking this video and subscribing. Your engagement not only encourages us to produce more content that resonates with you, but also feeds our channel's growth and outreach. We greatly appreciate your support and substantially await hearing your thoughts in the comments section below. Number 4, she invites you to her home. Enabling a man into her home can regularly be a strong signal of a woman's desire for intimacy, especially after developing a connection on previous instances where indicators of attraction were visible. When a woman extends an invitation for home is typically a planned step to escalate the connection. According to a poll conducted by relationship professionals, over 70% of women stated that inviting a man to their house is an intentional move towards initiating physical intimacy. This statistic underlines the motivation underlying such offers and the necessity of recognizing their significance in the context of romantic interactions. Moreover, women may adopt subtler methods to facilitate intimate circumstances, such as demanding support for activities that require going to their homes, such as assisting with small technology repairs. These requests, such as troubleshooting or even taking the dog for a walk, provide justifications for spending time together alone in a more private setting, which is a deliberate move that makes for more intimacy and comfort. Offering chances for more in-depth conversations and emotional bonding in authentic situations. The invitation to her house is a crucial location where trust and attraction meet. A sign of community that conveys a desire for emotional and physical support, in addition to comfort and familiarity, intimacy. By letting you into her personal area, she subtly expresses her willingness to investigate a deeper connection than just casual dating. But it's crucial to acknowledge that each person and relationship is different, but some women may be explicit about their intentions and invitations, while others might move forward with more gently but surely, experimenting with the cultural norms of emotional and physical intimacy standards. Individual limits and prior experiences all affect how people negotiate these dynamics, and comprehending these subtleties calls for both sensitivity and attention to verbal and nonverbal clues. Observing her tone and body language of her invitations and the setting in which they take place can reveal important details about her degree of comfort and intentions. By responding with respect and consideration, you foster an environment of trust and mutual understanding, laying the groundwork for a relationship based on genuine connection and shared intimacy. In conclusion, when a woman invites you to her home, following established signs of attraction, it signifies a significant step towards deeper emotional and physical intimacy. It's a gesture rooted in trust and comfort, highlighting her desire to explore a closer bond with you. By acknowledging and reciprocating her invitation with sensitivity and respect, you pave the way for meaningful interactions that can potentially lead to a fulfilling and mutually satisfying relationship. We value your thoughts and experiences on this topic. Have you encountered similar situations? How did you interpret and respond to such? Share your ideas in the comments below. Similarly, if you found this conversation beneficial, we ask you to support our channel by liking this video and subscribing for more content that tackles the complicated nature of relationships and human connections. Number 5. She draws your attention to her lips when a woman seeks to intensify the emotional and physical connection with you. Her lips become a powerful tool of nonverbal communication. Research in psychology suggests that facial expressions, including lip movements, play a significant role in conveying emotions and intentions. According to studies conducted in the field, lip biting can indicate both anxiety and arousal depending on the context and accompanying behaviors. The attention she pays to this area of her face reveals a subtle, yet undeniable desire to awaken your most intimate instincts. In studies conducted by various universities, researchers have found that lip biting or licking can be unconscious signs of attraction, often observed in romantic settings, where individuals seek to establish a deeper connection. For instance, a study from Harvard University highlighted that such nonverbal behaviors are often used during initial phases of romantic encounters, aiming to signal interest and establish relations. The seductive act of biting her lips becomes a skillful tactic to capture your attention in a way that goes beyond words. This gesture, made while she fixes her gaze on you, is a visual invitation that transcends language barriers. According to research that appeared in Psychology Today, a sizable majority of respondents think lip biting is attractive, linking it to sexual interest and flirtation, as well as a survey conducted by the Kinsey Institute revealed that lip biting is a common behavior across cultures, often interpreted as a subtle invitation for further interaction. By biting her lips, she creates an aura of provocation, a signal that suggests not only romantic interest, but also a burning desire to explore a deeper connection. Studies. If you like video, please click on like button and subs my channel.